Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to give my personal opinion on the different units in the game. I've gone half a year in the game just so I could have researched them all. This is just random stuff, don't follow this. I've just picked something randomly, almost. But yeah, let's start. The first unit we have is the infantry. It's the basic unit of any army, and it's very basic. It's average in like everything. You should recommend it holding it on default while moving it up to elite. Not really needed, but you don't want to have it on reserves either. So default is good here. The unit is pretty standard. Normally it's just a good all-around unit, both in attacking and defending. So yeah, very strong unit. Use it. You should really use it to any time. Like just yeah. So yeah, that's the infantry unit. The next unit is the light tank or the heavy tank, or actually the modern tank if you're late game, or the super heavy tank I think it is. But still, okay. The light tank is very fast and good in the early game. I would recommend using light tanks either when you're Germany and trying to flank France through Belgium, Netherlands and Luxembourg. Otherwise, not so much. It's not very fast and very good versus very good because of their speed in the early game. But in the late game, they have another purpose, and that's when you use the modern tank down here, which is the best tank in the game for anyone. Just use the modern tank in the late game. It's super good because of it allows you to reserve so much manpower, because it costs like no manpower. If I press here, no, it doesn't even say, but still it reserves manpower, cause that's one backside of infantry. You lose tons of manpower from using infantry, so I just wanted to say that. In the late game, use modern tanks to preserve manpower if you're low, but don't switch your infantry for tanks, only a bit of it, but train. Stop training infantry and only train these guys. And the third unit is the motorized infantry. The motorized infantry is like a support unit. It's like the normal infantry, but it's faster. So it should not, and they're used very differently, because these guys are not reliant on their speed, but the SS division, or like yeah, the motorized divisions, they are. So in the same way as the tanks, they used to go, flank around and that kind of stuff, and you should not build a lot of them. You should have a few of them in case you need to move them around different borders. But then the infantry is as fast because of strategic redeployment. But in enemy territory, that's where they shine. You use these guys to flank the enemy, move on the front line around here, and deploy them on places where you're having a rough time, or to push through easier on places where you already are pushing. So they are very situational and okay. Though, but almost only use them in with another unit like the tank. This unit here, I would say, is okay, but it lacks tanks, so it doesn't have enough breakthrough hard attacks. Next unit is Mountaineer, very niche unit, wouldn't recommend. Only build them if you're going to attack Schweiz, Austria, yeah, this border, Italy. This border this border, this here. If you somehow find yourself here, Mountaineers are good. I doubt it though. So yeah, they're not very useful. Actually, very good here on the Turkey. So yeah, but no, don't use these guys anywhere, because these are almost as good. Cavalry, shitty units, switch them out for infantry immediately. You don't want to have these guys in your army, because they take up so much logistics just so we can move a bit faster. Marines, the best, no, not the best, paratroops are better. There we come to them. The Marine is very strong, cause of it has bonuses in amphibious, river and marsh, and those three are actually quite common. I mean, in France you see they have lots of rivers, easier to push over those, but that's not, when marsh, but that's not important. The thing is, amphibious warfare is so hard to it's quite hard actually to do naval invasions, and if you manage to have a good marine unit with like 3 by 3 marine and artillery, one row and one here. That's quite an okay, at least in the beginning. I should not use that. Don't copy that, but it's an okay. I just made up it now. Uh, they are very very good at doing the naval invasion, just pushing in northern France, western France, southern France, where you wanna land. They're good, and they can make the first push, and then you can send your infantry divisions from port to port. That's why you do naval invasions, from a port to a port, so you can send troops afterwards. But still, so they are very good, and you should have around 24 of those. Okay, you don't need 40, either 24 and have them in reserve, like if you're US, having them here and just using them when you go naval invasions, or 48 and spend them more freely on the battlefield as normal infantry. Then we have a paratrooper. The paratrooper is super cool. It takes a lot of setup though for the paratrooper, because you have to build transport planes, which is actually something I very often forget. Here, transport planes. You can't upgrade these, you see, you can't make a variant, and that's sad. You should absolutely be able to variant these, so we get reliability, range, engine, and instead of bombing, it should be health, so harder to shoot down. That's something I would do. So because yeah, transport planes need more range. They have so bad range. It's like you can go from France here to London. That's range, about maybe a bit more, but still very very versatile unit. As Germany, I have used them to. This is actually a good strategy if you know what you're doing. You put a load of here and here paratroopers, and you set them up so they launch 2 and 2 on every single tile behind the magnet line, and and then exactly when the war breaks out, you drop them here behind them, and then you push with artillery, like mass artillery and tanks. So like this is infantry and the rest is like artillery, not that much, but you know, tons of artillery. And you push them, so hard on this side, and when they try to retreat backwards, they get overrun because of paratroopers, and France loses 90% of her army that way. I've tried it, and it's so cool, but it's super hard to set up. But it's a cool strategy if you want to try it. So they're very versatile. You can jump to places you wouldn't otherwise reach, and yeah, they're one downside: you can't use artillery and stuff with them here. Because you see here, yes, and if I do this, no, cannot be parachuted. But you can use here in the left side, so it's okay. Still, very good unit. Train loads of these if you have the time and the spare logistics. Otherwise, do not do it. This is very important. Okay, on to these things. Anti-air, only good in the early game, otherwise not use it. It's not worth. You have only 5 slots here. You shouldn't waste it on artillery. You need engineer, you need artillery, you need recon, you need field hospital, and the last one is the flex one. You can use different things. You can lose with logistics. I've seen signal, I've seen maintenance, I've seen everything here. So the fifth one is flex, and you can use anti-air, but I won't recommend you. In that case, you should use anti-tank. Okay, it's fine. Anti-air, very worthless, unless you're in the early game. In the early game, and your name is Germany, and you haven't researched this one. You start with this one as Germany, and that's crucial. Because if you, as Germany, declare on somehow 1936 take over Poland, 1937, 1938 take down attack Soviet, you skip the focus tree, you just justify. You can actually use you don't need to research anti-tank, because anti-air has so good piercing. Heart attack 7, piercing 9 piercing. Most tanks in that stage of the game doesn't have that good much armor. Heart attack 4.2, piercing 9. So they're as good as anti-tank, and we can shoot down planes. So in the early game, okay, it's a niche strategy, but I've tried it. It's okay. You can try it if you want to, but I wouldn't recommend it actually. Anti-tank, better. It's a better anti-air. I mean, I've said in all my videos that the that air superiority is so important, and it is. But you should not have to build anti-air to get air superiority. The same thing as you should not be forced to build anti-air buildings just so you can defend your airspace. That should not be needed. You should be able to, with your planes, right now I've just done this just because, be able to get air superiority without it. So yeah, that's why they suck. But anti-air, anti-tank. Anti-tank is another thing. You can't really counter tanks with another method than anti-tank in the early game. In the late game, yes, you can get these two, and they're actually very good. Hard attack 25%, piercing plus 100%. All infantry and moat mechanized. Yeah, this is super good, and this does makes it so you don't need to use anti-tank, but you shouldn't use it anyway, just because. And artillery, crucial. Use it in every single build except your tank build, your paratrooper builds, and yeah, cavalry, because you don't use cavalry. Barbie guys, and you're this guy. But use artillery in everything because it has super good soft attack, super good hard, not super good hard attack. It is bad hard attack, but it's super good soft attack. It's good against fort. It's super good against everything. It doesn't have good defense, but that's why you use infantry. So yeah, artillery is the thing that makes you so you can actually push. And if you compared an infantry that had 3x3 infantry and a free and another one would have these guys were artillery, the one with artillery would win every single time, cause artillery is so good in both attack and defense. Okay. Next thing, yeah, that's like everything. So that's my opinions on the different units. I can recall it. Use infantry, good, very good. You need it every single time. But in the late game, switch it out for modern tanks. Light tanks, good in the early game, used to flank the enemy together with motorized. The motorized divisions, you should not train these that much. You can train a couple, but not that much. You don't need that much of it. Don't build mountaineers. Don't remove and just switch out all of these to infantry or tank or anything. Get rid of these. Marines, build. You have to build them in like round numbers, I think. So 24 or 48 or 12. That's the numbers you want to have, because of and that's because of arm. You know, the 24 army guy. But we can only hold 24, so you have one commander of them, or you have two commanders of them. That's what I recommend. Paratroopers, build loads of them. If you have a spare time, build as many of these as you can, and transport planes, and send them everywhere just to spread chaos. You can like send them one here, one here, one here, one here. Yeah, overall everywhere, just so you spread chaos, and the bot accidentally moves away units from the front line to defend. So yeah, that's the sum of it all. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below. Tell me in the comments what you want to see next, and I'll see you next time. Bye.